Hi, welcome to my video of raising my patio. In this video I'm just going to be showing you the groundwork, doing the footings and doing the initial block work. Okay, so for a quick overview of the job that I'm going to be doing, first I'm going to have to dig out the soil. Lift up some of those patio slabs there as well, ready for the footings. So I'll be digging out, I'll be putting the footings in, and then for the raised terrace, I'll be building blocks, concrete blocks, and then a single skin of red engineering blocks outside it, just to give it a nice finish. Those concrete blocks are needed for stability, because there's going to be a lot of weight, a lot of hardcore going in there. So concrete blocks first, and then single skin red brick. I was going to have a brickie to do all this for me, the footings, the block work, the brickwork. He told me that he'd be ready in about 6 weeks. 6 weeks has turned into 12 weeks, into 18 weeks. Decided to crack on, and I'm going to go myself. I'm going to be doing the footings myself, and I'm going to be doing the block work. I'm not going to touch the bricks. I'll wait. Putting the camera away. I'm going to wait for the brickie to do the bricks. Anyway, as you can see, it's a rough day today. I've got no inclination to do this. Carry on another day. See ya. Okay, so the weather's nicer today, so I'm going to crack on with the footings. So quick word about the footings. Going to be digging out the soil, and as for the width and for the depth, for the width I'm going to be making the footings 100mm wider on both sides of the blocks on top. So here, for example, there's going to be a concrete block which is 215mm wide, and then an engineering brick which is around 112. So I'm going to be doing the footings 500mm wide, and I'll be doing them 150mm deep. Whereas for the footings over there, where the brick wall, the high brick wall is going to be, that's just going to be one block, 215mm, so I'll do 400mm wide footings, and because of the extra weight and height, I'll be doing the footings 300mm deep. And for the final footing here, that's going to be the same as the first one. It's going to be 100. It's going to be 500mm wide and 150mm deep. Let's get cracking. Okay, so setback number one. When I was using the pick just to loosen up the earth, came across a pipe here, and I've broken it. And if I'd been paying more attention, there's the drain there, so the pipe had to be running somewhere along there. Be more careful. So that's something we're going to have to fix. The next stage is doing the footings here. Now there's the boundary between my house and next door. You've seen that they've raised the patio here already, and they've gone 6 inches back. So I'm going to be doing the same, starting 6 inches from the boundary, which runs down here. So I'll have to lift up 2 rows of slabs, and also this hedge is in the way, so I'm going to be using the hedge trimmer just to cut it back, just to have access. Okay, so morning, I'm going to carry on with the footings. It's Saturday morning, so I'm going to dig out this footing here, and if I can today, I'll also do the other one there. Let's crack on. What I've done here, I've measured 12 inches from my neighbour's wall here. So that gives me the 6 inches boundary plus another 6 inches. There's the green mark there. The block is 215 mil wide, so that's where the blocks are going to be laid, and the footings are going to be 100 mil extra on each side. So that red line there and that red line there. So those 2 red lines are going to be markers for my footings. And I've just, the way I've done it here, I know it's not very scientific, I've just put 2 pieces of wood with a square lined up there, and that's going to give me my line for the footings. I'll just use some lime paint for that now. Okay, so I've started digging up here. Because there's a relatively little amount and there's quite a lot of rubble in there, instead of taking all of this away to the skip, which is a job in itself, I'm just going to place it on here where I'll be filling up. So now that I'm going to do that, I'm just going to break up the patio slabs first. Okay, so morning, I'm going to carry on with digging out the trenches for the footings, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove this row here, and that's where going to be my footings. So it's quite handy. It's done the line for me already, so hopefully it'll be easier than the other one. And I've settled for the footings just around here, which means that when I come to buy the stone balustrades, I'll have to cut it, and hopefully cut it exactly in half, so aesthetically it shouldn't look too bad when I put it in place. These 2 steps here, I'm actually going to recycle these, and I'm going to use them for the 2 steps on the patio. It's natural solid stone. They're not cheap to buy new. It'd be a shame just to cover them up with the hardcore, so they'll get recycled. Okay, so I've finished doing the footings here, and that's level with that, which is what we want. I'm going to take a little break now, and then I'm going to make some little wooden stakes just to drive into the ground to find my levels ready for the footings to go in. I've ordered the aggregate and the cement, and that's arriving tomorrow. And that's what you use for footings. It's called aggregate, or it's also called all-in-one, and you mix that with cement. 5 parts aggregate to 1 part cement. Okay, speak to you soon. So I've made some stakes with the marker at 150 mil, and I've made some longer ones for the end. So I'm going to be just hammering these into the ground, and then with my level, just working off each one to make sure that it's level all the way through. You've forgotten your keys. Just a quick tour. All the stakes are in, and they're all perfectly level with each other. So when I come to putting the footings in tomorrow, the top of these stakes will be my level. They'll stay in the ground. I'll just cover them with the aggregate. So for the pipe that I broke yesterday, I'm just going to put a stone on it like that, and then I'll just put some DPC over it, and the aggregate then will go on top. Building suppliers lorry is about to arrive, delivering the aggregate and the cement. I'm going to ask him if he can crane it over the hedge into the garden here. It'll make my life much simpler. It's going to be 2 tons of aggregate, so it'll be much easier just to shift it from there into the cement mixer, rather than just dumping it on the drive down there and lugging it up the steps each time. He might tell me to sod off. We'll see.
What's your back take to the wall? I go straight like that. It wants to take right to the wall. Oh, is it? And I'll turn it over that way. That way, is it?
Result. So while I was waiting for the delivery this morning, I started doing a couple of other little jobs. Let me just show you. So I've started calculating how many blocks I'm going to need to build the retaining wall, if you like. And the way I've done that is that's roughly where the patio is going to be, the height, and I've just driven a stake into the ground there. There needs to be just a little run, a downward run, so the rainwater runs down rather up to the house, and the red line there, that's where the footings are going to be coming to. So I've measured from there up to here, so that's how high the patio is going to be, which is 85 centimeters, and over there it's about 30 centimeters. Anyway, I found an online calculator. Just punch in all the information, and that will give me the number of blocks that I need to buy, and also the sand and cement. We're about to start mixing. So the mix is 5 parts all in one, which are essentially just chippings and sand, to 1 cement. And the way to make sure that you're always getting the right measures is to use something like a bucket. So five of all in one to 1 cement, and then you're always right. I'm going to pack up for today. Just want to show you this. So this is where I've finished for today, and what I've done, I've just put some rebar through the cement, and I've left the cement on a slope. When I continue, that rebar will hold everything together. Okay, time to clean up the tools and go grab a shower. See you next time. Back on it today. I'm going to carry on with the footings. I was hoping just to put a ramp here and just wheelbarrow it in there, but it's pretty unstable. It'll probably collapse, so bit of a bummer again. But I'll probably bucket it there. So I'll start there and work my way down. Just put some 2x4 up against here, and I'll run the aggregate next to it, to save some concrete, and also I'm planning on planting a flower bed there, so ideally you don't want concrete underneath it. I should have been more careful when digging out the trenches, but hey ho. Anyway, we'll give that a go. We'll see if it works. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to have to put the camera inside, so it's going to be less than an ideal camera angle, but it is what it is. I'm done for today. I've managed to finish the footings, and I used up all the all-in-one. I mean, it was absolutely spot on. So that online calculator I used was great. I'll put a link up if you're interested. It started raining, so I've had to put down some plastic sheets. You can see it's got a lot of rain already, more than I thought. Hopefully it's not going to last. But anyway, footing's done, so I'm going to get inside now and just call up the building suppliers, builders merchants, sorry, and just order the blocks and cement. Okay, speak soon. This is how the footings ended up. One thing I learned from it is that it's better to have a wetter mix rather than a drier mix. A wetter mix helps it find its level better. But in any case, it's a bit lumpy around here, but otherwise I'm happy with it. Definitely a solid foundation. Okay, so that's the end of part 1. Join me in part 2 for laying the concrete blocks and the engineering bricks.